Okay, so it's Tuesday morning. Yesterday I had to be up at the other shop there. We were working on the cab over and getting some stuff done on my Jetta, so it was really hard knowing that this is needing work and I couldn't do it, but here we are. So I got all the self-tap screws out of the actual quarter. Everything is really locked in there, did its job. I'm leaving my back ones in and my wheel arch ones because I'm going to have to weld, and there wasn't any adhesive on the back side of that or on there. So this part's locked in. I'm going to go grab the welder. I'm going to weld these holes shut, do some welds on the inside there, on the back side of here. Then I'll come back through with the grinder, obviously grind my holes, weld shut, and then clean up all this stuff. You grind down all that excess. And then I'll go through with Duraglass or kitty hair and then feather out my filler while bouncing back and forth between finishing out some block sanding over there. But I wanted to give the little update to show that. I'm pretty confident if you kicked it right now, it would just bend and not break. This stuff is pretty wild stuff. But there you have it. I'm gonna go get the welder and start buzzing some holes shut. Okay, so I didn't have footage of it, but I want to clarify. Underneath the skim coat here, there is kitty hair, Duraglass, to kind of fan out as much of the bodywork as possible, and then just go over top of it with this skim coat. But somewhere along the lines there, I lost that footage or didn't take it. I'm not sure, but just wanted that to be known so people don't think that this went straight to filler. All right, guys, so as you remember, I had explained that this quarter is for a 69 and a 70. The scoop was the issue. I forgot until Andrew had pointed out this is also no rear marker on these. So we did measuring, used tape on the other side. Basically what I did is I laid out a grid of tape on the other side, lined up with all these lines and everything, brought over here, matched. You do all your measuring so you make sure it's exact and whatnot. And then, had it cut out and just took some etching primer, sprayed over it so it had a good mark there. Drilled the holes, and then just kind of checked here, and everything looks right and everything. So basically, I'm just going to take my grinder here. I might end up grabbing the Dremel if I can find it so I can get some better cuts here, but we're going to cut 4 sides out. Test, make sure everything fits in there nicely and everything's cleaned up, and then that's ready to rock. And then continuing on the rear quarter body work. Andrew's doing some sandblasting in the cabinet, and I think actually he's going outside now. And then I'm gonna continue on sanding the rest of the car. We're really hoping to be able to shoot it in primer by the end of the day, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to point out the 6970 quarter panel from JC Pony does not have the scoop, does not have the marker light, so it's really not that bad, but there it is. All right, guys, there you have it cut out. Light fits in snug. That fits in, and then you get nuts on the backside. Yahtzee. I didn't do any footage of priming and block sanding because it's pretty straightforward stuff. So basically just going right to the jamming stage, wetting the floors, degreasing everything. Gonna shoot some base clear on the jams, and here you go. Alright guys, I'm not taking my mask off because it's super cloudy. Okay, maybe I will a little bit. So it's all jammed. I'm gonna die. There's a spot over here where you can see like a little bit of the blotchy from the metallic. I think it's because I can't keep equal distance while shooting the hood because it's all like big and up and down and whatnot. But I think once I can get to the exterior parts, I think it'll actually be fine. I hope. But so far I like the color, and I was doing a little bit of experimenting because this is, again, the only third time I've shot with this gun, second car. So I was trying a couple lighter coats versus heavy coats to see how it would lay out. So that's why it doesn't look exactly perfect, but I'm not a painter or a body guy, so suck it. Okay, I'm gonna be done because I can't breathe. All right, so it's been a couple days since I've done a video. The car is assembled loosely. That's why we got gaps there. Everything is back sprayed there, jammed, whatever you want to call it. Some of the stuff kind of messed up on. Like I did not think about how the fact that these should have been jammed with the trunk because they weren't on because I jammed behind them. Well, now you can't really see because I ended up spraying sealer anyways. So that was redundant. Anyways, everything's on. Some of this looks a little bit wet because I did go over some of the spots with a seal coat. Some spots that had some etching primer. But we're all bolted together. One issue that I had with this paint, and then I asked a couple different guys, and everyone has said the same thing, is good luck. This color is going to be a very hard color to shoot. Is you could tell in that video, and I think I even pointed it out, or sorry, it'll be in this video, but earlier, the clip where I showed some of the jamming, it was a bit blotchy. So my paint guy said, turn down the flow volume and don't lay such heavy coats because the metallic can float and then pool up. So I've got the old deck lid here, and I'm gonna do some tests on this. He advised me to do that stuff and then basically do like 2 medium coats and then basically like dust coat on top of that, more or less dry spray it so the metallic can't float. Definitely makes sense to me. I am nervous because I don't want to shoot the whole freaking car and end up having it be blotchy. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but it's already jammed at this point, which really sucks because actually I have some blue that I could have sprayed this thing with if I known it was going to be this bad. But anyways, so that's where I'm at. A lot of stuff is off cam. I'm going to shoot this off cam, just kind of messing around. We don't have like really good ventilation in here. Obviously this isn't a paint booth, so it gets kind of cloudy, which is another concern for my clear hazing out. But anyways, because of that, I'm probably not going to shoot. That last video I had the time lapse up in the corner there. It was running for 1 coat of clear and it was already really hard to see. And I have 2.5 gallons of clear for this. So, and that was just like jamming. That wasn't a full car. So I'm not going to video for the shooting. And also I'm very, very nervous of how this is gonna turn out. So say a prayer for me and we'll see how it goes. But just wanted to give you guys an update. And hopefully the next time that I start this camera up, it will be in color and it won't look like poop. All right, guys, so it's shot. It's Monday morning. This has been curing all weekend. I was really reluctant on making this part of the video because people on the internet usually suck. But I want to show people who may be worried about trying this stuff, or I guess more or less for the amateur side of things like myself, that like you can screw up and for the most part you can still make it look good. So basically what I'm doing right now is getting all the, let's see if I can find one at the right angle, like the little dirt specks. Where is it? Right there. Getting all the little dirt specks sanded. So hit all of them with 1000 grit wet sand. Then I will dry sand the whole car 1500 grit, and then I'll cut and polish. The whole reason that I was really reluctant on making this isn't because of that stuff. That's expected. Look at the shop. It's going to be dirty, right? The reason I was really reluctant is because I've got runs. And I'm going to be honest, this is the worst that I have ever shot a car. I haven't shot a lot of cars. This is maybe like number 10 or something. But this is the first with this product line, and only the second with this gun, which my settings were changed since the last time shooting, and even the last time didn't go so well. So it's a very big learning curve here, but I've got runs on a lot of the panels. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed, but like I said, I wanna show you guys, especially people who haven't shot ever, or even heck, I mean, a lot of older guys stop in here and they're like, oh man, I haven't painted for 20 years and I need to paint this car, and they'll start talking, and I mean, you're gonna be in the same boat because nobody's using siphon fed guns anymore. They're using HVLP, gravity fed, this stuff that people are running. A lot of guns now are running like 30 PSI. This one that I have runs like 18 to 20. I mean, things are just different. So whether you're an old guy who hasn't shot for a while, or you're a younger guy who's never shot before at all, heck, even if you're just a guy who's shot a lot and can't figure it out, like, I'm gonna be fully transparent here and show you my trash, just so you can see the process, and when it turns out, it will be fine. Just give yourself enough allowance with the clear. You know, if I did 2 coats, there's no sanding runs out without that turning out bad. Even orange peel stuff, like, you're not gonna get orange peel out if you, well, the roof's actually not that bad. Well, anyways, you're not gonna get orange peel out if you give yourself not enough coats. So what I'm told is 3 coats, 4 if you plan on doing, you know, a heavy sanding and cut and polish kind of thing, which I guess my advice would just be, if you're not confident, do 4 coats, because you'll give yourself enough tolerance there to go through and sand down your dirt nibs if you've got runs, or like I said, I'm gonna go 1500 grit over the whole thing and then cut and polish, which I think arguably probably could have done with 3 coats and still been able to do that, because the orange peel in this isn't horrid, but it's more or less those runs that I'm talking about. Like there's just a little sag. There's a really bad one on this door. Like I said, I'm please don't lay into me. I'm already embarrassed. I'm already frustrated. But I just want to be able to show people, so hopefully there's encouragement to people, or heck, maybe some guys will come on and tell some of the things to other people so they can learn as well. But this is currently where I'm at on it. Going through, getting some of those knocked down, and then I'll move on to Right now, so I'm just going across it all with 1,000 grit. I'm gonna go through the whole car, 1,000. And what I'm doing, actually, probably should clarify. So you got a little metal block, not one of the foam ones because it's not hard enough. Wood or metal. If it's wood, use like oak, something solid that's not going to absorb moisture and swell. So I've got a metal block, tiny little guy there, and you literally are just sitting there and just like that. And you're kind of balancing on the run itself so you can knock it down flat. And you just keep doing that, wipe it off, spray more water on your sandpaper, do it more, wipe it off, and then it'll get to a point where it looks good, but you'll have to feel at that point. Oops, sorry. You'll have to feel at that point because you won't be able to see the run anymore, but you'll still be able to feel it. And if you cut and polish that, it's going to show back. It won't show back bad. It might be something kind of like this, where at the right angle you can see it, but it's not like this where it's like, oh my gosh, there it is. But even that stuff, I mean, like I can feel it. You can see it because it's buffed out. If that's not hit, it's going to look horrible. I mean, like you can't see it very well on cam, but right now that's exactly where my eyes go to. So when you're doing this kind of stuff, make sure you're doing a lot of feeling. I'm even going across the whole car, changing the light angles and feeling on top of it, just so I can hopefully make sure that I catch all those. Worst case scenario, when you polish it, you'll find it and then just kind of re-hit that one spot and take care of it. But there's my long-winded explanation of where I'm at on it. And it kind of looks like a cheetah or something right now, but there's gonna be a lot more time. So I'm gonna keep block sanding and then give you guys an update a little bit later. So it's been a while since I posted a video, and honestly don't have a whole lot of video basically from painting until now. No real good excuse other than, you know, holidays, been busy. We closed on land, so we were dealing with a lot of that stuff. But, you know, here it is. So this is all put back together. There's still some things that need to be done. You can see the mirror's not on because the mirror's not on, the interior door panel's not on. I still have some cut and polish I want to do. Basically, this is just the first pass of cut, no polish yet. I want to get drop shackles for the rear, and I've been looking online, and there's like really no way to lower the front other than coilovers, so I guess that might be the way that I'm going. I opted to not put the Mustang letters back on this trunk lid. This was the aftermarket one, and I don't want to sit there and drill holes. I don't want to use double-sided tape and all that. I like it better without, to be honest. Honestly, if I would have thought about it in the moment, see if I can get it. These guys, I would have ground off those little tabs and not had those go back on. I don't really like them. But here you have it. Oh yeah, so the last update was like runs and stuff. All the runs block sanded out. So I also did, I probably should have said this when I was up front, the Boss look there with the headlight bezel or headlight extensions blacked out, and same with the hood. This is not a single stage. This is a base clear, which was supposed to be a satin clear. I'll show you that product in a second too, which it turned out a little bit more flat than I would have liked, in all honesty, but it did turn out nonetheless. I did the same with that tail light or tail panel. I suppose I should show you inside. It's not cleaned. It needs a lot of cleaning. Like I said, I don't have a door panel on. I did put it on that side. I did use the Mach 1 door panels. I'm not going to do the dash, honestly, or sorry, the clusters and all that stuff. I honestly hate the wood look on the Mach 1s, but I like that the panel is full. This side I had set up with the new door cards that I have, but they're only from there to there. So the bottom's showing where you could do the carpet, and has an ugly plastic piece to kind of go around that, and then the other piece for the top. I don't know, the one piece looks better. Like I said, it's really dirty because everything's still gross in there, but oh yeah, the paint, that's what I was gonna show you. So this is what I got, this Hot Rod Classic, and it says flat. I'm well aware of that, but let me go to the back. Shows right there. 6 to 1 is for flat, 5 to 1 is for eggshell, 4 to 1 is for semi-gloss. And I ran 4 to 1, and that's how it turned out. So I guess I don't know if you're looking at doing something like that, just maybe do what I didn't do because I'm very impatient, and do a test panel. The other thing is I'll insert a picture here, but this is what it looked like when I left that night, and I was freaking out because I thought this is how it was going to turn out, and I came in the next morning after a lot of prayers, and it actually ended up being like this. But here's what it looked like when I left. And here's what it looked like when I came back. So if you do shoot it, you don't have to freak out about that. It does turn out a little bit nicer. Overall, I mean, I'm happy with it. Like I said, there's still polishing and everything to go over, but I mean, I've told you guys once, and I'm gonna tell you, no, sorry, screwed that up. I told you guys 100 times, and I'm gonna tell you 100 times more. I'm not a body guy. So with it being shot in this shop with no paint booth and everything, I'm very happy with it. This is the quarter panel that was replaced. And as you can see, it's a total mess, and my measurements don't line up, right, guy? So, honestly, very happy with the way that turned out too. I'm still just really surprised this is like no polishing. So, another recommendation, get yourself a, oh, sorry, I'm looking at real life, not the camera, a DA polisher. This one has a 21 millimeter throw, so it gets some, you know, just like your DA, dual action. It spins and it does the little circles. So it cuts twice as fast, and the pads are half as much as the rotary. The compound's cheaper. It's just, this is a little bit more up front, but that thing's wild. I just got it for this, and very happy with the way that works. But there you have it, guys. Like I said, sorry I didn't do a whole lot of process up until this point, but I don't know, these videos don't have much traction. You guys kind of watch more when we just walk through a junkyard, so sometimes it's nice just to work instead of videotape. But we still have snow. It's snowed every day for the last forever. I suppose now it's kind of turned into rain-ish, but nope, it's still snow. So as soon as it's halfway decent out, I'll get some video and whatnot in the sun so you can actually see how the color turned out, and you can go back to the other video and get the paint coat. I've had a couple people ask on that, but there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for out in the sun video or something.